Now, what are these changes that come to you when you are engaged in this cycle of action, reflection, improvement? The first change that will come to you is that you understand the reality of the situation more accurately. When we begin a project, of course, we think that we know what is the reality of the problem, we know what is the solution. But then when we start acting and reflecting and evaluating and improvement, we say, oh no, reality is really not as I thought it was. Reality becomes more accurate in front of us, more clear before us. However, unfortunately, many projects are done without understanding the reality of the people because they follow top-down approach, trickle-down approach. Because the experts sit there and they know that this is the situation and that is the solution. Unfortunately, it's said that expert is a person who has a solution and he's searching for a problem that will fit his solution. This may sound funny, but it is true. Therefore, many projects are not answers to people's real problems. So, your duty is to see the things as they really are, not as you imagine they are. This should happen when you follow the above described cycle of discuss, study, action, reflection, improve. So think and discuss with your learning partner a project that unfortunately followed a top-down approach and was not successful. Maybe you have come across some such project. Maybe the project was in your own place, in your own village or town. Discuss together and then write your conclusions. There's a second change that will happen to you when you follow the learning cycle. And the change is that opportunities that are available to you, your vision about them, as well as your goals and objectives that you decide for your project become wider and more clear. So really, you see things more true the way that they are. And you also can think of the goals, objectives that you can achieve in a more realistic way, not just out of some emotional thinking. You will also understand better the approach you should take to achieve your vision. When we talk of the vision, we do not mean that you must be able to predict every detail that's going to happen in the future. Of course, that's not possible. If you do it, it will become just imagination. What you need to do is to know a more clear aim that you want to achieve over a period of time, say 5 years, say 10 years, say 7 years, and how you will be trying to achieve them. So, when the vision is clear, it's possible to become creative. Think of the connection between vision and creativity, With a clear vision, you can become more creative. You can think of some of the objects or projects which those who created them were more creative. What vision they had, what did they create? Maybe even could be object or could be project, and they became very creative. There are many things happening around us, but not everybody is able to see them. A creative person can put these existing components together and make something new. What is already there, you bring them together, add something more to it, and create something. So it is not really that you should start from scratch. No. They are already there, but you combine them in a different way. So for a creator to do so, she or he should have a vision of what is going to be created and how. So think and discuss about an organization or an objective whose creators had such a creativity. What was their vision? What were the elements that they could bring together and create that thing, that organization? What were the social and spiritual forces that actually were there and helped them to complete the task? Discuss together with your learning partner and write your conclusions. Now, there is a third change that will come to you when you are engaged in the process of action, reflection, evaluation, improvement. And that change is that your determination, your enthusiasm to go ahead with the project becomes stronger and stronger. When you're engaged in this process, there will be no failure for you because you are in the learning mode, and you learn from both the achievements and what cannot be achieved. So push of failure does not come. Whatever happens, you learn from it. So this process increases your determination to go ahead. We don't give up. Okay, now there is a fourth element, the fourth change that comes to you as a result of the process of action, reflection, improvement, consultation, that by following this, you will have a more elaborate and more consistent framework for your action. Okay, now this term framework, we need to reflect to understand what it is, Framework is like the frame within which an artist decides to create his work of art. And the artist supposes, okay, I'm going to create a work of art which is, say, 5 meters by 3 meters, or 5 centimeters by 3 centimeters, whatever she decides. The boundaries she sets for herself, for example. The colors she chooses. Is it watercolor? Is it oil paint? Is it pencil? Is it chalk? And also other elements that will make his creation to happen. However, in your case, the framework is a conceptual, mental framework. And it is not rigid, it is a flexible framework because it is not physical. So, as you keep acting according to this process, you will make some changes in what and how you do things. You should also be able to find an example from real life that resembles your initiative and how it evolves over years. Find, for example, something in nature. Suppose, does your project resemble a tree? Does it resemble a river, for example? Is it a sapling? Or something, if you can find an example of it in real life, I think that will be very helpful. And you see how that thing evolves over years. That will again give you some insight into your project to evolve. So when you create your framework, you must make sure that all the elements are in harmony with each other. A tree, for example, every part of it is in harmony with each other. Now, in your case, when we say the thing should be in harmony, for example, you cannot say that you believe in gender equality, but you promote men's supremacy over the others. You can't do that because they are in contradiction with each other. Or if your social projects benefit only men to the disadvantage of women, You will not do, because then it is not consistent with your belief of gender equality. So the elements of your belief system and your actions should be in harmony with each other. And finally, there is a fifth change that comes to you as a result of this learning loop when you follow, that you can better define your approaches, your methods to achieve your aims. Now, to do this, you really need to learn from your experience. Wisdom comes when we learn from the experience. And wisdom disciplines our creativity to do the right things. It is not that wisdom stops creativity. No. In order to be creative and disciplined, we must have the attitude of learning, of course. Discuss first with your learning partner why the attitude of learning is required to increase one's wisdom, and how wisdom can discipline our creativity. And then write your conclusions. Thank you.